Hey everybody, this is Drew from Clean Cheap Shots. Got a box in the mail today from PSA, an order of 24 cards. It took right about 5 weeks to get back. So that's not too bad. So with that, I thought I would, I haven't looked at these cards. I unboxed it. I didn't figure you needed to see me cut open a box, but so I'm going to go with the bad news first. Got one of these little darlings. Let's see. Rickey Henderson. Minimum size required. Now that's interesting. I had a feeling that was going to be the card. So the first time I sent it in, let's see, a couple months ago, came back as evidence trimmed. This time came back as minimum size requirement. I actually think it was trimmed. I looked at it again. It didn't seem like the right size. So I sent this in again, but in the comments section I said, Topps 1980 Rickey Henderson 482. This card has likely been trimmed. Please only authenticate. No number grade, please, on this card only. The rest of the submission, I would like a number grade. I thought one could request that a card be authenticated and not given a numerical grade. But apparently I'm wrong. I'm going to send them an email asking that particular question, but if anybody's got any comments or knows anything more about how to get a card just authenticated, let me know. So before sending them in, I looked at the cards trying to figure out, well, what would I give them as a grade? So we're going to see how accurate I was. First card is the Jose Canseco. Came back as a 7, as you can see. Pretty nice card. I had thought it was going to be a 9. Okay. Next card is a 1988 Fleer Magic Johnson. Again, I had said 9. Looks like I was off on that one as well. And then 1988 Fleer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I said 9, and it was an 8. I should say that I'm a vintage guy, and that's really all I collect. These cards here, the first batch anyway that I'm showing you, are my buddies who wanted to get some of his basketball and a couple football cards graded, so we'll get to some of my older cards here in a moment. But 89 Deion Sanders score, again, I was off because I said 9. I don't know. Guess I'll take a closer look at these with the jeweler's loop when I get a chance. Another Deion Sanders card from Upper Deck. I had said 9. I'm off again. Hopefully I get one of these right. 1990 Frank Thomas. I had said this would come back as a 10. There we go, 10. I've been submitting cards for the better part of 20 years through another buddy. I recently opened up my own account, but I have never gotten a 10 back. My buddy does it for 2 months and he gets his first 10 already. Oh, nice looking card. 10. Can't beat that. 87 Fleer Julius Erving is the next card. I said 8. 8 seems to be right. Let's see, we have a Michael Jordan from 1990 Hoops. I said 9. I think I'll be happy with that one. The next one, let's see, 1991 Michael Jordan from Hoops. And I said this was going to be a 10. Let's see what we got. 9. Another, let's see, no, Magic Johnson from 91. Let's see what we got here. I had said 10. Not one of my better grading moments. I seem to be off by 1 every time. He submitted 2 Magic Johnsons. And I did say 9 on, I should say I said 9 on one and 10 on the other, so. Yeah, pretty similar. Next up, from Skybox, 1992. Again, I said 9. When my buddy and I looked at these, so he was trying to pick out some of the nicest cards he had, so that's why we chose some of these. '91 Hoops, Jordan, Magic. I said 9, so I clearly missed something here. What? I'm not sure. Well, that's going to be interesting to look at again. Boy. I know these cards he opened back in the 90s himself out of packs. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. '92 Upper Deck, it looks like, is next. Michael Jordan. Again, I said 9. Guess what? I'm off 1. He submitted 2 of the same card, and I said 9 on this one. You got one right. Guess we'll place the 9 here and get rid of the 8. Next up, 1992 Upper Deck, Michael Jordan. I said a 9. Looks like I was wrong, but that's good. Came back as a 10, so that's awesome. Hope Jordan doesn't mind. I'm putting him in a home plate shaped holder. Next, 92 Upper Deck Michael Jordan MVP card. This one I was certain was a 10. though you can never be certain anything's a 10 with PSA, I guess, but All right. Now for the vintage stuff. Well, sort of vintage, I guess. Some older baseball stuff, I guess, maybe is a better way to describe it. So 1980, Nolan Ryan. I was hoping for an 8 on that. It is off-centered, no doubt, right to left. Came back as a 7. It was a really sharp card. I guess I'm a little surprised, but maybe it's the centering that did it in. Centering's off on the back as well, though I know that's not quite as important. Another Nolan Ryan from 1983. I said 8. Top to bottom is off a little bit right to left as well, but it's not horrible. It was a pretty crisp card, so I was feeling pretty comfortable with it. Next is a 1985 Nolan Ryan. Must have been grading with my heart. I said 9 again. Have to take a closer look at these so I can learn from my grading mistakes. Again, not perfectly centered, but not a bad card. Probably the centering that did it in. Maybe if it was perfectly centered, it would have been a 9. (1991) Nolan Ryan. I was hoping for a 9 on it, and I got a 9. I remember opening this card when I was a kid. Well, I was in college. No, I guess I was just out of college. Time flew by. Two cards left. 1993 Nolan Ryan. I thought this was going to be a 10. I really, really did. I was pretty confident it was going to be a 10. But take a closer look at it again later. Good looking card. And the last card is a 96 Rickey Henderson. I figured a 9. Came back as a 9. Well, that's it. That's all the cards I had. I think there was 24 cards, including the one that they would not grade again. Again, I don't really understand that. I always thought you could ask for a card to be authenticated and hold the numerical number, but apparently that's not the case. But again, I'm going to email PSA and get some clarification on that. But I do find it interesting. The first time it was evidence of trim, and this time it's minimum size required. So, which is it? All right, everybody. I don't know what else to say. That doesn't seem right. Just ain't right. All right, everybody be good.